Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of the Legion of Raw with my man. We're going to jump right into it because we got a lot to talk about. He is the man. He is my buddy. Vince Russo, how are you tonight, my man?
What is going on, Dr. Chris? Busy last couple of days.
Yes, it has been, man. How's your day been going today so far?
Good, man. Good. Everything's going good.
Fantastic. So before we get into Raw, man, what's just your 30,000 foot observation of the Royal Rumble? Edge, man, Edge.
Bro, again, I tweeted something out this morning. Like, listen, I understand Edge. I totally get it. They need a marquee name. Who knows come March how many fans will be allowed into the facility. If there are fans allowed, the WWE wants to come back with a bang. I understand it. I get it all for business reasons. However, in my opinion, from a morale point of view, you know, bro, you're telling everybody on your roster and everybody in that locker room, listen, man, there wasn't anybody here that was worthy of the spot. And let me tell you something. I was reading on Wrestling Inc. today. Oh, morale is at an all-time high in the WWE locker room. You know what, bro? If that's the truth, then you got a bunch of really stupid people in there. Because think about this, Chris. Think about what these guys have gone through during the last year of COVID. Think about it, bro. Showing up at TV, being tested, getting COVID, have to worry about their family, being flown to Florida on Friday, having to stay in a room all weekend long. Bro, the sacrifices these guys have made over the last year, and then a part-timer is going to walk in and get this spot because nobody else on the entire roster is worthy. Bro, I got to tell you, if I'm one of the boys, I'm very, very pissed off by that. But hey, according to the journalist, everything in the locker room is hunky dory. Man, bro, if everything is hunky dory, then you guys just don't want it, man. I mean, I don't know what to say.
First of all, I couldn't have said any better. Second of all, if everything's hunky dory on the roster, me as a psychologist, I'm thinking the word brainwashed because I mean, there's no way you can be okay with someone who's been gone since last May, come nearly a year later and just say, all right, here we go.
Bro, come on. You know, Chris, you're a psychologist. Bro, substitute any sport. You know, if you're playing basketball and you're playing for the LA Clippers and you're out there busting your you-know-what every day, giving it, you're all busting it in practice. All of a sudden, they make a trade for somebody and you find yourself on the bench. Oh, my morale's great. I love sitting here on the bench. Come on, bro. Like, serious. As soon as bro, you know what? You know what, Chris? I swear, when you see things like this, and yesterday, bro, you know, I mean, I started hearing rumblings, you know, Rollins was supposed to win the Rumble and this and that. Bro, I swear to God, they've yet to understand that the WWE puts these things out there, and you've got these wrestling journalists and you've got these dirt sheets just buying it hook, line, and sinker. I swear to God, bro, I put out the tweet about the morale today. Mm-hmm. Chris, 30 minutes later, that story broke. Oh, morale's at an all-time. I'm like, bro, like, will you guys stop? You're being freaking worked. Stop being worked. Stop.
That's so funny, man. It's funny because you'll have like an up and comer, you know what I mean, trying to really establish himself, and all of a sudden he gets benched and at bat, Cal Ripken Jr. You know, everybody's like, yeah, you know, you did your thing back in 1995, but right. Like, come on now, you know, like, no disrespect to, you know, the legacy you've created,
no, not at all.
But at the same time, it's like, I mean, you're really telling me that there's no one in the whole locker room that's been there every single week risking COVID, just like you said. I mean, And again, no disrespect to Edge. Personally, I've never been an Edge guy. I mean, I know that he's really established himself. He's a Hall of Famer. He deserves it. He has a Hall of Fame resume. Absolutely. But just as far as like, I don't know. There was just an intangible about Edge to me that just didn't really click to me. He had his moments, the rated R moments, and he had his moments. He was definitely earned his spot in the Hall of Fame. I will say that.
And Chris, I'm gonna say this too, bro, and this is my opinion and my viewpoint, bro. These guys like Edge, Christian, Daniel Bryan, bro, these guys getting back in the ring after serious injury, bro. If they need to, that's one thing. Yeah. If they need to, and it's the only means to supporting your family, bro. When you don't need to. And I'm sorry, bro. Like I will never, ever understand that. Bro, I understand when you love something and I get all that, bro. You're risking, one move away from living the rest of your life in a wheelchair or. Yeah. I'll never understand that, bro, for as long as I live.
I agree. I mean, I understand that there's advancements and things like that. Edge had a neck injury, and there's some advancements there. I get it, but his finishing move is a spear. So if he's just a couple of inches away, he can go head first into somebody's body, and he'll be drinking out of a straw the rest of his life. And same thing with Daniel Bryan and Christian. I mean, both of them have had multiple concussions. Like both of them had to step away from the ring because of concussions, and you land one spot. I mean, CTE is a thing nowadays. Like that there's some real, as a psychology doctor, CTE is I've studied thoroughly CTE. It is a real thing. It causes psychotic episodes. It causes loss of memory, all types of things that both of them, especially Daniel Bryan, he'll turn 40 this year. Christian ain't even 50 yet. Both of them are under 50, and the potential of many years to come with the CTE, very, very serious stuff, man. I wouldn't risk it personally. I wouldn't.
I don't get it. I don't understand, bro. I don't understand the mindset. Maybe it's because there's nothing I'm that passionate about, bro. But passionate or not, I would be thinking about my family first. Like I said, bro, if you need the money, that's one thing. Bro, Daniel Bryan had a lifelong job at the WWE, whether or not he ever put on a pair of trunks again. Yeah. Bro, come on. Edge is so well off. I'm sure Christian is too. How you're not thinking about like family and children and kids and your quality, I'll never understand that, bro. I just won't.
Yep, I agree. I've always been a Christian mark, so it was good to see him back. But Rumble didn't have too many surprises. I mean, Carlito, what's your thoughts with Carlito coming back?
He looked great. He definitely looked great. He was more over than 75% of the guys in that match.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that hurt in any way.
Which again, I mean, he hasn't wrestled in a WWE ring in 10 years, and he's more over than most of the people who are in the match who comes in full time. Yeah. Again, I don't blame that on the talent, but I blame that on the booking. And like you said before, I mean, the talent just has to start speaking up. I mean, because at the end of the day, you have to protect your brand. And, it's like, look, you're literally allowing people who's a whole, wrestling generation before me come in and just move me aside. I mean, and I'm supposed to be okay with it.
Keep in mind, it was a double whammy. It was Edge winning the Rumble, and it was Goldberg walking in and getting that spot. So it's not just one; it's twice. And but the morale's sky high, bro.
Right, sky high.
We're all sky high, bro. I love being put on the bench.
Everybody's walking around. Oh, Goldberg's got a
Uh,
world title match. Oh, Edge is going to win the world. Oh, yes, man.
Come
I
on,
was
bro.
so
Like,
excited.
come on. Can we stop? Can we please stop?
That's speaking of old school, that's a Gorilla Monsoon. Would you stop? That's a Gorilla Monsoon line right there. We'll start off with Raw with Drew McIntyre cutting in-ring promo interrupted by Edge. Then Sheamus comes out and he doesn't take the high road, and then Edge just kind of teases, he just kind of throws some feelers on who he's going to choose. I was expecting him not to make it clear by choosing someone this week, but as soon as Sheamus came out there, I was like, okay, so this was long overdue. This was a heel turn that was long overdue. I mean, we called this out weeks ago. Who didn't think that Sheamus was going to eventually turn heel? And here you go. You got, eventually basically is setting up for Drew versus Sheamus.
Yeah, bro, I don't know what their plans are, man. I don't know who Edge is going with. Maybe you have more insight than I do. Is it Roman Reigns? Is it Drew? I don't know how they could put him with Drew because, Drew's the heel then.
Yeah.
But on the other side of the coin, they wanted to put Goldberg with Drew because Vince McMahon really felt giving him that rub and him going over Goldberg was going to make Drew McIntyre. Well, I don't know how you put Edge in that spot because you may have the same philosophy, but Edge is going to be the huge baby face. So you're defeating the purpose. And then, okay, so if Edge goes with Roman, then who's Drew? I mean, is Cena coming back?
Yeah, Cena is supposed to come back, but I surely hope we don't see Cena Drew. I see. My thing is, and I had a discussion about this yesterday with some friends. I said, you know what? When Edge won, I said, okay, this is just horrible. I mean, I just didn't want to see it because Edge didn't. I mean, dude's a Hall of Famer, multi-time champ. He's won the belt like 11 times, and so he didn't need to win the Royal Rumble to become champ. And for one, and for two, who is this really helping? It definitely won't help anyone if Edge wins the world championship at WrestleMania. I mean, like, talk about morale being so high. I mean, all the backstage are going to have big one powwow hoorah when someone who has been in a decade just about since you really wrestled full time win the title. I don't know if he comes in and beats a full-time guy. That, to me, the morale won't be.
Bro,
cool.
I just think it's ridiculous. Edge is in the Hall of Fame, right?
Yep.
Bro, to me, if the minute you're in the Hall of Fame, bro, is any NFL Hall of Famer going to come back and win the rushing title? Is any baseball Hall of Famer going to come back and lead the league in home runs?
Right.
Bro, stop. They got to stop.
I was thinking the same thing.
I mean, the minute somebody's in the Hall of Fame, career should be over.
Yes.
Because, bro, it's not feasible. You're looking at a guy like Edge. You're looking at the neck injuries. You're looking at how long he's been on the sideline. And then we're looking at Big E and we're looking at Bobby Lashley. And we're like, oh, okay, so this guy could beat these guys. You know what I'm saying, bro? Literally, bro, it's like a 45-year-old man retiring in the NFL, coming back and winning the rushing title at 45.
Yeah.
That's what I mean about WWE. Bro, if it's somebody like Taker, even, bro, that's like, a mysterious character.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a whole thing. So you can stretch that.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, bro, when you got a Hall of Famer in his, how old is Edge? 47?
48. I think he was born in 72. So I think he'll be 49 this year. Or he's born in 73, I think it was.
Bro,
so,
to me, bro, these are just all the things that are wrong with wrestling. It just is, bro. I'm sorry. I'm the bitter guy because they don't hire me. Okay. These are all the things that are wrong with wrestling, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, you know what? I love sports, and I can't imagine, Ken Griffey Jr. coming back. It's just Yeah, let me just get a. You know, I'm a big Eddie George fan. He's one of my favorites of all time. Ohio State. You know, Eddie George. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna come back to the Titans. I'm gonna
And then, bro, and then
move over Derrick Henry. I'm
and
coming
then Derrick Henry is on the bench. Yeah,
right.
all right. Like, bro, the whole thing, like just the whole thing, is literally a parody of itself. That's what all of this is, bro. The whole thing.
Right. Derrick Henry said there, go ahead, he go.
Yeah, come on, bro. Like we gotta, everybody's gotta stop, Chris.
Yes.
Like, come on, man.
Oh man, that's a perfect example, man. Just, but the morale's high. Derrick Henry's happy. Everything's going all right.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Then we get Randy Orton. Riddle versus Lashley. I actually popped for this. I thought it was a pretty good segment because we talk about this all the time as far as letting heels be heels and actually making heels. And I hope that they keep doing this with Lashley. You know, making him look like a star. I love the way that he just ragdoll, you know, Riddle, and I hope they do more of that.
Bro, you know, again, let's go back to, you know, what we were saying, bro. Maybe morale was low, and maybe guys like Lashley did speak up, and maybe the light bulb went off in the heads of the WWE saying, you know what, it would probably be in our best interest to make some of these guys. Let's hope that happened. But Chris, you and I know, bro, we've been watching this show long enough. Lashley's going to come back next week and do a job to Matt Riddle.
Yeah,
we've seen this. But I'm with you, bro. At some point, you got to decide, who are we getting over?
Yes.
So yes, bro. If they continue down this road with Lashley, great. Mm-hmm. And like I said, bro, maybe yesterday they realized, bro, how many more guys are we going to take out of freaking retire? You know, maybe they finally realized it. Let's hope they did.
I hope so too. It's wishful thinking, but the bar is not very high with my wishful thinking when it comes to WWE, because they're just so 50-50. It's just ridiculous. They're not, you know, like we say all the time, every week, they're not developing new stars. Proof is that you have Goldberg, and I love Goldberg. He's one of my favorite all the time. But Goldberg in a WWE championship spot and Edge winning the Royal Rumble, you know, almost 25 years after he debuted. So, I mean, that pretty much says it all right there. Randy Orton, he does a backstage promo. One thing I did notice that was really funny. No scars, no nothing. And I saw that yesterday. I said, "Oh my goodness!"
Like, they don't care, bro. They don't care. They just don't care. And meanwhile, Fiend's been out for 6 months.
Yeah,
right. The Orton's scars go away.
Yeah,
like, bro, they don't care. If we're expecting them to pay attention to detail, forget it. Just, bro, it ain't.
I mean, you literally you scorched someone's face with a ball of fire, and 2 weeks later they come back with the full beard, you know, just no scars, full beard, everything looks good. I you know, that's the supernatural powers that pro wrestlers have. Xavier Woods defeating Mustafa Ali. You know,
Chris, is just another thing about the wrestling, like, bro, there's got to come a point where they mature and grow up. Like, bro, here's just another basic question. Why are all these guys allowed to stay ringside? Like seriously, bro, like you guys can't come up with some kind of a finish without everybody out there. The fact that a referee would allow, bro, I'm going to go back to UFC. Yeah, bro, a cage fighter is going to go down there with 4 other cage fighters, and they're going to be allowed to interfere in the match. Like, bro, they've got to stop. They got to start changing this stuff at some point, bro. Because I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, bro, if I know they're going to get involved, Clearly, the referee should know that they're going to get. So what kind of authority does he have to not send everybody to the back? But, bro, that is literally a lack of. They can't come up with a finish without that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You got to do better than that, man.
I agree. You got to be more creative. It's just so much jumbling that's going on. It's really difficult for me to stay focused on something, on a particular angle, on a particular match, because there's just a whole bunch of just random pieces just floating around. You know what I mean? I'm just like, okay, well, now I'm watching Kofi do this. Now I'm watching, Retribution here. Now I got to go back in the ring and watch Ali, and Xavier go back and forth. It's like, it's just too much. Like it really gets me disinterested and disconnected from the match. I agree.
Yep.
We get a Miss TV with Bad Bunny. I mean, God love him. He's a rap artist who wants to be a wrestler.
Chris, did you know this? Do you know this dude?
I you know what? I was over with friends watching Royal Rumble, and we both were just sitting here like, no clue. Dude got 46 million streams or views on YouTube, and I was like 46 million minus one, because I have no clue who he is.
Bro, think about it. Like, bro, I would think this guy's getting 46 million views because he's cool and he's hip and all that. He's a mumble rapper. They're telling me. You know what that is, bro?
I do. Yeah.
A mumble rapper. Okay, bro, I can't believe those cool people would be interested in Miz and Morrison and what the WWE has going on. Like, I don't see that as a fit. But, bro, then you add insult to injury, because, again, I'm looking at the casual fan. Bro, the casual fan ain't going to know. The fan that the WWE is going to draw is not going to know mumble rapper, okay? And they put him in there with a guy that, if we never saw NXT, I don't know who this guy is either. So now I'm watching Miz and Morrison carry on like two total imbeciles, and I'm watching two guys. I have no idea who these guys are. Oh, okay, so why am I watching? Yeah,
I agree. Watching NXT, it was cool to see Damian Priest, but like I said, and I've said this before, you've got to do a better job promoting the call up, because a third of the audience watch NXT. So you have 2/3 of the audience looking at him and saying, I don't know who he is, and that's the setup for failure.
This guy I'm watching tonight, I don't watch NXT. Okay, bro. This guy, Ricochet, got the same treatment. Aleister Black got I can go on and on and on with guys that just appeared on this show, and none of them are over. So what should be the difference between him and Aleister Black, and him and Ricochet, and him and the million guys they've done it? I don't understand that, bro. I don't get it.
I agree. It's just I can't stand the fact when it's a formula that hasn't worked. And why think that it's going to work now? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, they're calling Damian Priest up, and he's just like, okay, well, he's going to be with Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's going to be a one-off, and then he's going to beat The Miz. He's going to look good. Apollo Crews, when he came up, I think he beat like Dolph Ziggler or something like that. But it's just like, there's no, and it goes back to something I respect from when you were booking and Ferrara, and around that time, around the Monday Night Wars time, and even in WCW during the Monday Night Wars, there was a purpose for everybody you see on the TV. You know what I mean? And that's what I appreciated around that era. There was something that you wrote for the audience, for the consumer to buy in. Not just because that person is just there. You know what I mean? And it's like Damian Priest and NXT call-ups, they're just there. And they're expecting us to buy in. And we're like, I know for me, no. I mean, there's nothing to buy in here. There's no story. There's no hype. There's no nothing. And it's not okay.
Bro, you can go back to way, way, way before me and Ferrara. Bro, every time there were the vignettes, you know, JEFFJARRET. Bro, you got excited.
Yeah, Razor Ramon was another one.
Yeah, you knew, we're going to see this guy in the WWE. It worked every freaking time. They
100%.
got you excited before the guy ever came out there.
100%. The vignettes is what it's all about, man. Absolutely. I remember Razor Ramon back in, 92, 91. I watched AWA, but I didn't really, I mean, I knew he was Scott Hall, the curly haired, handlebar stash guy. But at the same time, like, he came to WWE with a whole different gimmick, you know what I mean? And I bought in. Same thing with Goldust. Are you kidding? Like, when Goldust came into the WWE, I remember as a teenager, I was like, wait a minute, like, I'm putting two and two together. That's Dustin Rhodes, though. Like, but at the same time, like, what happened? Did he like start watching movies and just start, all the vignettes, and he's going to be a bad guy? I think. And so I'm building intrigue before the very first match.
Yeah.
And before all that, I'm bought in into the first match. Not he's wrestling and then for me to be bought in from that.
Chris, I will never ever forget. I was in the arena for Val Venus's first appearance. Bro, the roof blew off the place. Based on the freaking vignettes.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the vignettes. The first time you heard hello, bro, it could have been freaking Austin. I don't understand, bro. There are things that work and will still work.
Yep.
Why have you gone away from everything, bro?
Yeah. And even when Spivey came in as Waylon Mercy, back in the day, there were still vignettes there, that hyped him up. Yeah.
Yep.
Next we have Damian Priest against The Miz. He gets his win, but we'll see where this goes. I'm wishing the best for him, but we'll see where this goes. Hurt Business defeats the Lucha House Party. They're still playing on the dissension, somehow, they're having some dissension and they kind of passed it up. It's just, I just don't see a pack of dominant black guys, fighting like little babies. Like, that's how they've really booked the Hurt Business. I mean, like a pack of a team of just dominant black guys. And every week they're just fighting like little baby brothers, that's just a really bad way to represent that team.
Unless, bro, they're thinking of spiraling out. Bro, I don't even know his name.
Cedric Alexander.
To be a baby face. And I'm like, oh, okay, bro, he's going to be a baby face because of why?
Right.
Like, what did he do that he's a baby? What do I care about? Bro, it's just, bro, I don't know if it's just lazy booking or, Vince writing this at the 12th hour so nobody knows what the hell they're doing. But, bro, listen, Chris, I said this all along. This Peacock deal, whereas Vince is laughing all the way to the bank, okay? And, bro, there's a huge difference between being a business genius and a creative genius.
Yeah.
Two completely different things. But, bro, I got to tell you, I think it is bad news for the fans. Because when you got your Foxes and your USAs and your Peacocks and your Saudis ready to pay the WWE this kind of money, bro, there's no reason to improve the product.
Yep.
We can put crap out there every week. It doesn't matter. That's why I think it's sad. And bro, let's face it. What are all these companies paying for? They're paying for the past. I don't even think these companies know what today's product looks like. I don't even think they know. But that's the thing, bro. When you got a Peacock ready to shell over $2 billion, whatever the heck it is, there is no reason whatsoever for them to up their game with their product, bro. And that's a shame. That's a shame.
And that's the reason why they continue to bring in Hogan once a year and say, see, look, so we got Hogan. We got Hogan's still here, guys. Flair's still here. You know, that's the reason why they do that. Absolutely. Michael brings up a good point. Mr. Perfect. I agree. I mean,
I swear to God, I was thinking the bowling and the golf
and basketball.
Absolutely, bro. I swear to God, I was thinking of that as an example. Absolutely.
Yeah, it was amazing. Absolutely. Yeah. We get Naomi and Lana defeating Asuka and Charlotte Flair, Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. Now, I love Naomi. She's other than Bianca Belair, which I'm definitely going to put that over. I love the fact that she won. They got that right completely to me with the Royal Rumble. She's a rising star. She has everything, it factor. Naomi, for me, should be the star of Raw. I mean, like, I do not understand why they're plugging her in the team with Lana. Yes, they won, but this is just setting up another Naomi, a Nia Jax spot. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, they're just pawns to this Nia Jax table spot again. And it just makes me upset how they would just look at someone like Naomi who has star written all over her and put her in this type of spot.
Chris, I've been saying this for years. Bro, I honestly believe pound for pound, Naomi could be the best athlete on this roster. Pound for pound. No, bro, and now with Bianca Belair, she's very, very similar. Bro, this girl is an unbelievable athlete.
Yes.
See, again, bro, that's like if I'm working with Naomi, I know this girl is special.
Yes.
And I'm looking at her athleticism, and that, if I'm writing, this can't be denied.
Yes.
I mean, but you can't treat her like every other. Bro, this is a 5-star blue chip athlete, man.
Yeah.
At least somehow get her involved with the Reigns, storyline and do something.
Yeah, I agree. You're it's just money on the table. It's just money on the table. There's no way in the world to me that Naomi should not be, other than Bianca Belair, the most pushed women's wrestler on WWE.
I agree with you, bro. I agree.
And I would have, and the thing is, the interest is in the chase when it comes from the Royal Rumble to the WrestleMania. That's what builds the WrestleMania interest, is the chase. And so to me, it doesn't make sense why, because they're already just, Asuka's Raw title reign is just horrible. And I love Asuka. Her Raw title reign is horrible. This is what I'd do. I would have Charlotte somehow get out of this stupid Lacey Evans feud. I would have her beat Asuka, turn heel, and she's the heel going into WrestleMania. I would have Naomi somehow win a number one contenders match at Elimination Chamber in February, and have Naomi stand up apart from everybody else and chase the title against Charlotte going into WrestleMania. I would buy into that.
Yeah. What did she have the title for? Like a cup of coffee?
Oh, yeah.
I remember
cup
that.
Of coffee, yeah.
And I was like, why did they do that? And then, bro, unless there's something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, we don't know.
Yeah.
But, gosh, bro, this girl's a blue chipper, man.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
Next we get Drew McIntyre. His backstage interview, he's sobbing. He's basically sobbing because his best friend turned on him. And I was looking at again, I'm like, what is it? Why can't you build stars to look above and beyond the rest of the roster? Why is that? Why is that an issue? Because there's no way, like me, who has zero booking experience, I'm looking at that and I'm like, there's no way in the world that I would write that I would write Drew McIntyre looking defeated and lesser than because he was outduped by his best friend. How in the world does that make him look like a strong competitor?
Chris, I swear to God, I'm going to go back to the wrestling bubble again. I'll never forget, Chris. I'm going to go back to like 1996. It might have even been 95. I think it was 96. But Bill Watts kind of brings me in creatively through the back door. Okay. At the time when Bill Watts brought me in, it was Bill Watts, Bruce Pritchard, and Pat Patterson doing the creative. Okay. Bro, within the matter of a month, Watts got fired. Patterson retired. And Cornette took Patterson's spot. So it was really Cornette and Bruce. Mm-hmm. So now, bro, I'm attending these creative meetings, but I'm going through the period of just keeping my mouth shut and not saying a word and watching what they're doing. Chris, it's funny that you say that because I swear to you, Chris, they would be writing the show and I would be sitting there as they're writing the show and I would be saying, do you guys like not see that what you just wrote sucks?
Yeah.
Like, do you guys not see, like, are you honestly, you don't see what you just put on paper and is going to be on the show is absolutely horrible. That's what I used to say to myself. And that's why it just brings me back with you saying that because bro, it's just this wrestling bubble with the same formula and the same people recycled and getting the same crap over and over again. And bro, the more we move on, the more and more ridiculous it just looks. Yeah. It just looks. I mean, bro, because what again, bro, I tell you all the time, Chris, as the head writer, I have to put myself in the shoes of every performer. That's what I need to do. So what is Drew doing after freaking Sheamus laid him out like that in the first segment? He is ripping that locker room apart, yes, looking for Sheamus. That's what he's doing.
Yes.
And that's what, bro, what happens is when you don't stay true to the characters, you kill the characters.
That's right. 100%. Got to put Shaq over here. Keith Lee and William Shatner should be WWE.
Yes. I got to give applause for that one. That I like. Yes. Bro, I am telling you, before all is said and done, William Shatner is going to be a part of Keith Lee's gimmick.
Yes, I agree. That would be awesome. We got Jeff Hardy and Carlito defeating Elias and Jackson Riker. I got to figure out if Carlito's thing is one and done, but I'm just wondering. That made it seem a bit one and done. Like, yeah, we're going to give you a Raw paycheck. We're going to give you the Royal Rumble and a Raw paycheck. Because randomly putting in a babyface team with Jeff Hardy, bringing back the Elias and Jeff Hardy feud and throwing Carlito in there, it just really seemed like that was a part of the deal.
Yeah, bro. Poor Elias, man. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody just with so much talent just get beaten to the ground. Yeah. Like this guy.
Yeah. And I don't see a way out, man.
I don't either, bro. I don't. Yeah.
He's so far buried in the ground. It's just, I can't even, it's going to have to take some type of just miraculous transformation. It has to be a turn. Like, I would just have Riker turn on him and just somehow make him a baby face and just beat on Riker and somehow use that to his advantage. Make him a baby face, man. This heel thing is just, it's not working.
Bro, this guy should have came in as a musician. They've got the money. They've got the connections. They could have brought in so many people to rub elbows with him. He could have had an agent. He could have had a backup band, the roadies, the whole, like, you really could have built a superstar and made everybody, he could have had a hot, booking agent. I mean, there's so many things you could have done. But obviously, bro, this guy rubbed people the wrong way. I mean, it's really that simple. This is not lack of talent. This is, bro, you pissed somebody off in a bad way.
They should bring back Brian James to be his roadie.
Why not? I mean, why not, bro? You know,
be his roadie. Yeah, it's something different. We get Alexa Bliss defeating Nikki Cross. They revamped this feud again. It looks like that's probably just a one-off thing, but if you buy real quick, Alonzo, the women's by far, women's Royal Rumble Alonzo by far. I just look, if you're into it, if you're into the carny, hokey, transformations during the match, enjoy. But I'm just not. I'm just not into it.
Chris, I'm with you. First of all, let me say this. Performance-wise, character-wise, Alexa Bliss may be the best on the entire roster. And I said that a long time ago. I could see it, okay? I'm with you, bro. This hocus-pocus, ridiculous stuff is stupid and silly. But that's one thing, bro. What makes it even worse is here's what they're doing now, bro. Now they're starting to use it to get out of matches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro? If you want to do a cutesy thing in a match with Nikki Cross, fine. But now when with Edge and Orton and on the turn, she did the Warrior Papa Shango.
Yeah, right.
Warriors. Yeah, now you're using this to get out of matches because you don't know how to get out of Edge and Orton. So we're gonna have Alexa Bliss there doing a Warrior imitation. That's when it's like, guys, come, you gotta do better than that. Because that's all it is, bro. It's a cheap way out of getting out of the match.
Yeah.
And I mean, bro, this is the main event. You're promoting it last time, and we get this, and I'm like, guys, come on, man.
I agree, and still no Fiend. I mean, it's just
the freak is with that, bro.
It's still no Fiend.
I don't understand that for the life of me, man. Yeah. I thought this was for sure the spot when he went down and started to pound it. I'm like, okay, here comes the flicker.
Yep.
And then I see Alexa Bliss sitting in the corner, bro. Seriously, bro. If anybody watching this show, Alexa Bliss is sitting up in the corner. Bro, is anybody at home saying, holy, is anybody saying that?
No.
I thought for sure if you want to get out of this match, that's how you get out of this match.
Yep.
But with her, it's like, guys, man.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that it was a buzzkill. It really was, because when I heard the TikTok or whatever, I said, okay, finally we'll get something at least. At least we'll get a teaser. At least we'll get some type of silhouette. We'll get some Tron, something that causes Randy Orton to get distracted. Edge does a spear. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. But we really went to Alexa Bliss sitting on a on the turnbuckle with slime coming down her mouth. I mean, what's the rhyme or reason? Like, is she sliming because she has a black heart and black blood from the RKO from last week or so? What's the rhyme or reason with slime coming down your mouth? Did I miss something, Vince? I
don't know, bro. It's such late. I swear to God, bro. I just put myself in that booking room, like just hearing this pitch, and me really like that. That's what I just can't fathom sitting in a room and listening to this, and they're all agreeing.
Yeah,
bro. Yeah, I'm like, holy crap! Like, really, God?
What do you think, Alexa Bliss sitting on the turnbuckle with some black slime coming out our mouth, guys? What do you think about that? Yeah, I think that's a really good idea, man.
Oh man, bro, come on, man. Like,
Yeah, well, for a Rumble that actually wasn't half bad, man, I was actually disappointed by Raw. There was a couple good spots. I'm hoping they do I'm hoping they do well with Priest. Something that comes out of that, and we'll see. I mean, you have no AJ Styles on the show. As far a 3 hour show, no AJ Styles. I just don't understand the purpose of that. And still no Fiend. Still no Fiend. Makes no sense to me.
I don't get it, bro.
Vince, let him know about the brand, my man.
Yeah, guys, just we do dozens of podcasts with so many people from the business and the industry, former wrestlers, current wrestlers that Just go to russosbrand.com and you can get all the information right there.
Awesome. And also hit my man up on Patreon, patreon.com/RussoTWC. All right, ladies and gentlemen, he's Vince Russo. I'm Dr. Chris Featherstone, and you just enjoyed another episode of Roasting Raw, aka Legion of Raw. Have a good night, everybody.